Welcome back. This is Wealth Principle number 11. Wealth Principle number 11 is double down on your marketing. We've been traveling through the 52 weeks to wealth, well, for the last 11 weeks. We did it last year, and the 52 weeks to wealth have gotten even better, even more powerful because you are now at a new place in your business. You're at a new place in your life and in your career and your investing career. And so now we want to take you to that next level by hitting these same principles but with a bigger asset. You see, every level has another devil. Every year you're doubling your income. Every year you're doubling your net worth. And in order to do that, you have to go back to the basics. Doubling down on your marketing is one of the most powerful basics a business can have. You see, the problem with most businesses is that when they have a hard time, they tighten up the budget. They tighten up the energy. They stop talking about their business because they're not proud of what they're doing, and they lose customers. They lose ground. An alchemist sees that as an opportunity. We expand into the marketplace. We take more market share. When everybody else is scared and reserved, we're spending, we're investing, we're spending more energy, more time, more videos, more trainings, more marketing dollars are being put into the system. Because when everybody else is afraid and they're not spending money on marketing, marketing gets cheaper. Hiring people to go and do videos gets cheaper. When people are looking for jobs and work, it gets more affordable. Hands to the camera, if we've seen people out of work in 2020 and early 2021. We've heard people say they don't have work. They're looking for cash. They need a little bit of this. A lot of people starting new businesses. Well, this is the opportunity. This is the chance. See, anybody who's starting something new has a disadvantage, right? Because that disadvantage is you got to learn it, you got to do it, and you haven't gotten to the point where you can scale and delegate or teach it. So that new business has a disadvantage over somebody who's been at this for a few years. Hands to the camera if you recognize that. Excellent. We're going to talk a lot about marketing today because marketing is one of my favorite topics. If I was to be asked, what do I do well? I market. Hands to the camera if you know me, have seen one of my ads, have seen some of my videos on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Yes, LinkedIn. Of course. Interesting how you showed up here. You were sent an email or a text to remind you. Every week I've said, hey, by the way, next week we're going to talk about this. It's marketing. It's always finding a way to get in front of my people again so that I can sell something. See, here's the problem that most businesses make the mistake of. Sales and marketing are two different things. Marketing does not equal sales. And sales is certainly not marketing. There's a difference between marketing and sales. A lot of people will get into a lot of businesses, and you don't have to raise your hand if you're one of these, will get into a situation where the money is slow and they'll say, man, I got to market more. I got to market more so that I can get more business. If business is slow and you're having a hard time on the bills, you may just have to sell more. It may be a time to sell more and go out and sell aggressively. Selling is picking up the phone and calling somebody. Selling is texting somebody, reaching out to people. Selling is an active form of activity. You're out there actively doing stuff. Selling is active. Marketing is something that can go out and do things for you. So if your business is struggling, marketing is not the solution. It is sales. It is pick up the phone. It is go out. It's reach people, get in front of their faces. Hands to the camera if we understand that. If we're not doing activity right now, activity will save your life. Activity will solve your problems. Marketing can be a crazy machine. You can spend thousands and thousands and get nothing from it, or you can spend a couple of $100s and get massive returns. In fact, some things you can do for absolutely no cost and get massive returns. Hands to the camera if you'd like to know how to explode your marketing. Excellent. We're going to talk about doubling down on marketing. Doubling down is the concept of going in, seeing a result, and then going in twice as hard. Going in twice as more money, twice as much energy, twice as much more content because it's working. We don't double down on marketing that doesn't work. If you spend $1,000 and you don't receive that money back, or you don't receive the attention back, then don't spend that money again. You can reduce that section of the budget. But here's one thing I'll caution you against when we're doubling down on marketing or setting up to double down. It's that marketing itself is not always accurate. It doesn't always stay the same. Our marketing strategies adjust over time. Sometimes mailers work, sometimes cold calling works, sometimes sending out letters works, sometimes emails work, sometimes Facebook works, sometimes Instagram works. They don't all work at the same time. Sometimes Google ads become cheaper and more affordable and they work better. Sometimes a PR company that goes and puts you on podcasts is more effective. Hands to the camera for recognizing that there's multiple different marketing strategies. There are many, there are dozens. But sometimes some drop off. You know, we used to rely heavily on mailers, and then suddenly mailers just, they weren't as effective. And so then we shifted over, Drew Martin, he shifted over to Google AdWords, and he's been exploding on Google AdWords, but he doesn't do mailers anymore. But we're finding that mailers are coming back. Mailers are now working again. And so if you're not leaving a little bit of money going into those other streams, you may see the better return somewhere else, but don't push everything into the other avenue. Push the large majority, but you have to leave something out there to see if it still works, to see if it starts picking up, to see if the return starts showing up again. This is one of the lessons I learned from Tom Caffarella, who runs Ocean City Development. There is a different flow from marketing. There's seasons to it. It may work for 3 months. It may work for 6 weeks. It may work for 6 months, and it may shift away. But then it always comes back. A year or two later, that marketing strategy may come back again. Hands to the camera if this is a valuable baseline to start with. Excellent. Excellent. So I believe in marketing heavily. Hands to the camera if you know I'm a marketer. That's my first job. I'm a real estate investor second. I'm a real estate investor second. I'm a marketer first. I'm a coach second. I'm a marketer first. And any one of my businesses, I'm a marketer first. And then I'm a salesperson. And then I'm selling whatever I'm doing. And that's the choice that I've made in my business. And that's why my business grows so quickly, because I have a big enough audience. I can adjust the size of my audience, adjust what we're doing. And then from that adjustment, I can sell. It's very, very hard to sell if you don't have enough people in the funnel. Hands to the camera right now if you know you're suffering from a lack of people through the funnel. Yes, the suffering, this is how you know you're suffering. We're going to do a little exercise. Write down the dollar amount you'd love to be making this year. Love to be making. That dollar amount could be double what you actually made this year. But that dollar amount you would love to be making. Everybody's got a different dollar amount, so you don't have to share it in the chat. This is, specific to you. Write down that dollar amount that you would love to be making this year, 2021. And now right underneath it, write the dollar amount you're actually making, that you see you're on track to make. And the difference is probably marketing. If you're a good salesperson, if you believe in your product and you know that hands to the camera if you've been able to sell your product this year, you've spoken to somebody and sold it. Excellent, excellent. So if you've got a great product and you're good at selling it, then marketing could be the solution. And if you have a good marketing strategy that's working for you, then like Mike Gabriel is always telling me, throw the bank at it. Just go all in, just throw all the money at it. If we can get 1 cent conversions, like boom, let's go. 1 cent impressions, right? Marketing is so underrated and overrated. There are people who will charge you thousands of dollars a month and produce 2 or 3 videos for you on Facebook and call that marketing. That's not marketing. That's a waste of money. But then there are people who will charge you $1,000 a month and create 30, 40 videos for you in that month. Now that's marketing. And they'll syndicate those videos all across multiple different platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram. The same content you're creating can be leveraged in many different ways. When I create one video like this video, it gets turned into 55 different pieces of content. One video, 1 hour-long conversation with you, training you, teaching you. Hands to the camera if you get value from these videos that we're doing, these live Zooms, yes? Automatically, instantly, they're sent to Facebook Live. Everybody on Facebook Live, wave, say hi, cheers. type yes, hell yeah, I'm seeing you in the chat. They're sent to Facebook Live instantly. Boom. That's now 2 channels. I've got my captured audience here in Zoom, and then Facebook Live is now gaining a new piece of content. That's 2. This video then gets chopped up by my marketing team 3 to 4 different ways. One way is we go to a 5 to 7 video where we're just saying, okay, this is what this was. That goes out to YouTube. YouTube, another platform I forgot to mention. That YouTube video is then chopped into a 1-minute video or 60-second video. That 60-second video is dropped onto 6 to 7 different story-based platforms. Think Snapchat, think TikTok, and then Facebook stories, Instagram Reels. You've got LinkedIn stories now, and now you've got YouTube Shorts. 7 different platforms for that 1 60-second clip. Now, that clip is also transferred into just a normal post, and memes are pulled out of the things I say throughout the video. They'll say something like, "The point is not to work, it's to generate income," or names on deeds, or I'm on a mission to build 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires. Those quotes now go into Twitter. From Twitter, that post, I copy it, I take a screenshot of it, and I drop that on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, all across the different channels that just love pictures. Hands to the camera if you're catching this. It's not much. It's not much creation here. It's just take it and put it into the format that the other channels will like. It's not a lot of time either. It takes about an hour to chop one of these up and do that little bit of work. And then from that point, it's just post, put it out. The time-consuming part, logging into all the platforms. Logging into the platforms and typing up your little comment. The comments are different on each platform. When COVID hit, I was doing 1 training a week. When COVID hit, I was doing 1 training a week. Within 3 weeks, we bumped it up to 5 trainings a week. Does that make sense? We increased. We didn't decrease what we were doing. We increased what we were doing. We reached out in a bigger way. We got on more platforms. I was not doing much on YouTube when COVID hit. We picked up YouTube. We picked up TikTok. We picked up Snapchat. We decided to go out bigger using the same content, leveraging the same content, tweaking it a little bit differently for different platforms, but did more. Hands to the camera if you think you could be doing more. Now, this is every day. I do have a team that does this. Crystal Dixon does an amazing job for us. My virtual assistant, Sam, he does an amazing job for us. And Mike Gabriel tells me what kind of videos I need. By the way, I'm going to give you some tips that I learned directly from Mike Gabriel, who is a 2-time 2 comma club. That means he's built ClickFunnels that have made $1 million 2 times. He's going for number 3 with some of our funnels here. Hands to the camera if you're in our affiliate program. You're leveraging some of Mike Gabriel's tools. Absolutely. Let's give Mike a round of applause. He's pretty amazing. Drinking his Dr. Pepper in the morning. It's probably not Dr. Pepper. It's probably hot chocolate or something. Mike, what do you got there? It's an Ohio State. It's something they only sell in Ohio. Ohio State Cup. So it's a team strat. It's water. All right. He's drinking the H2O, which, by the way, if you've got one of the 100 Millionaires cups, these are a reminder. The reminder for yourself what we're doing here. There you go, Bill. We see it, brother. The mission is to build 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires. Marketing doesn't just start with doing more. It starts with a mission inside. So doubling down on a bad marketing message is not the goal. You don't want to double down on something bad. You want to double down on something that works. And you have to come from a place inside of why you're doing this, but not just your why, your customers' why, your clients' why. Hands to the camera if you know what my why is. Would you like me to share what my why is? Excellent. You've heard me say it before, but it took me 5 years to become a millionaire. And when I started, I was willing to do whatever it took to become successful because I was sick and tired of not being able to do what a man's supposed to do, not being able to provide for my family, not having options or choices, having to go work a 9 to 5 every day, driving an hour to work there and an hour back, hating what I did, hating my boss, hating my life. And so I made a change. I made a commitment that no matter what it took, I was going to change my life and take it to the next level. And I did that through real estate. I bought one house, and I bought another, and then I bought another, and I bought another. And I got all the way up to 42 houses. And then I sold them down to 12. And I'm back up to 68 right now, 68 units. So I know what I'm doing. It was a decision to change. It was a decision. And in that decision, I decided when I figured out money, when I finally got there, see, I was 30 by the time I retired, 32 by the time I was a millionaire, and 34 by the time I was a multimillionaire. And I made a commitment to when I figured out money, I was going to teach a lot of people. Hands to the camera if you can resonate with that why. It's the reason I show up every day. It's my marketing message. It's the reason my marketing is so tight. It's because I have a commitment to go out and help people who have the same problem that I had. See, I've solved a problem for myself, and now I want to solve the problem for other people. But here's the key. I was solving the problem for the wrong people initially. I had the wrong target demographic. I thought real estate agents were my target, but they're not. Turns out they're real estate investors and entrepreneurs. Hands to the camera if you're a real estate investor and entrepreneur. That's right. See, real estate agents are not entrepreneurs. Real estate agents are typically retired moms, stay-at-home moms, or people who are retired not taking their life too seriously. They just want a little extra income. The average real estate agent is that. Now, the average real estate investor is a little different. The average business owner or entrepreneur is a little different. You see, you're looking for more. You want to create more. You're not happy with what you've got. You want to create more for yourself in your life. And so you push harder and you're looking to grow and you're always looking to expand. That's where I was. So your business has to connect with somebody who has the problem you had at some point, and that's what your why is based on. There's a book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. And anybody who's in my coaching program, I've probably made you read it. Let me see, Darina, my brother, Ken Hoffman, Melanie Santos, Saeed, they've all gone through and been asked to read this book, not because it's important for you knowing your why. It's important for understanding the why of your client, to understand where your client is coming from and being able to communicate a why so powerful that they'll be compelled to work with you. Because it's not like we were just doing this rebranding for Alchemist Nation. If I set you up with the wrong why early on, you may have to adjust it later. You may not be attracting the right people. And if you spend money on the wrong brand, the wrong marketing strategy, you won't attract the right people. Hence the camp, if you don't want to attract broke people or people who won't appreciate you, you want to attract people who want your business. Hence the camp, if you want people who want to work with you. So your why has to be known and understood and be communicatable to a group of people who would relate to it. Previously, my why was turning leads into gold. That was my statement, was turning leads into gold. That didn't work out, right? That was not an attractive enough why for the community. Then I switched fast tracking retirement. Fast tracking retirement was a little bit better. We were tweaking it. Now, when I say 100 millionaires and I ask you, are you ready to and willing to commit to being 100 millionaires? Hands to the camera if you know you're in this. It feels exciting. It feels like you're a part of something, like a community. When I say names on deeds is how we do it. Hands to the camera if you know you get excited. Yes, we put our names on deeds. The secret to real estate. The person who makes the money is the person who has their name on the deed. And so when you're marketing, you have to identify who has that deed, their name on it at the moment, but is willing to give it to me. And then find a compelling message to that particular person. Each location will be different. Each city across the country will be different, slightly, but very similar. Biggest brand out there, We Buy Ugly Houses. Do you know why it's so big? They're compelling. They're compelling to the person with an ugly house who's embarrassed of their house and finally is thankful to the person who's willing to buy it. Oh my God, they buy what I got. It's obnoxious to other people. Hands to the camera if you've seen that sign, be like, that's obnoxious. That's annoying. Yes, it pushes away a lot of people. I'm sure they're made fun of all the time. But to the target market, it pulls them in. They see it, they can relate. They're like, I got one of those, right? I got one of those ugly houses. And I've been thinking about selling it, and I know that normal people aren't going to like it. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm glad that I can go to this ugly sign and call them, and they're just going to take the house from me. Hands to the camera if you know that it works. That's why they're all over the country, all over the nation. Yes. So your marketing strategy has to be compelling. It has to be solving their why, not your why. We don't say, I get myself rich by buying real estate, right? Unless you want to be a coach. Hands to the camera if you recognize that works for coaches. Yes, I can say, hey, who wants to be a millionaire? Who wants to get rich? Who wants more cash? How excited does it make you feel to think about just waving 20 grand around? Why not? Why not? This works for the target that I have now. But when I started the business, my target was motivated sellers in Fall River who were typically Portuguese ladies in their 60s and 70s and 80s. And so my ads had to be different. And I was targeting on Facebook, so I couldn't target those older folks. I had to target their kids. And so my ads were, hey, does mom and dad have a house that they need to get rid of? Maybe they follow Portuguese. They don't speak the English too good, but they want the best price and they want to get rid of it quick. And the house needs some work. Give me a call. I'll buy your house. I'll help out your parents, because that was their problem. Their problem was their parents had a house they couldn't handle anymore. They wanted to get out. Does that make sense? And because I was targeting multifamilies, I said, are the tenants a pain in the butt? Are you sick and tired of having to go fix the house that your parents own, and you want to clean this up, and you're so tired of having tenants and bad tenants, and the tenants aren't paying, they're treating your parents poorly, and your parents just want to be out of it and they want to buy a single family home? Those were the marketing strategies and messages that I would put out that brought me a ton of leads. Does that make sense? Is this valuable? Of solving their problem, their why. Now, with a why from your client, your customer, right? And all across the country, you may have a very similar customer base. You can write this down. They're 55 years or older. They've been in the house more than 7 years. And they're owner occupied. If it's a single family, it's okay to go out of state or absentee landlord. But if it's a multifamily, they're owner occupied. So I apologize. Let me say that more clearly. If they're a multifamily, they're owner occupied. That's a benefit. If they're a single family house, we want absentee owners because it's more of a pain in the butt for them. Owners who live in a single family are less compliant. But people who live in a multifamily are like, they're tired of the headaches and the tenants. Does that make sense? Excellent. We're gonna do a little exercise. I want you to write down who your target market is and write down the main problem they have, the main reason they would deliver to you. For real estate investors, it's a motivated seller. Why would they sell to you? What is a reason? One of the reasons may be they don't have time. They're being foreclosed on, or there was a death in the family and they want to get out of the house, or there's a divorce that they're going through and the divorce is, they're forced to sell the house now because they have too much equity in it and they've got to split their assets up. Or it could just be that they're tired of being in that property and they want to downsize, hence the 7 years. It's really hard to buy a house cheap for somebody who just bought it a year ago. Does that make sense? Not exactly the easiest conversation to be had. But if they've had the house for a while, sometimes you can get away with it. Sometimes they're just tired of it. They've been in there. They've not fixed anything. Maybe they bought it saying, I'm going to fix stuff, never fix stuff. And now it's 14-year-old of bad renovations not being done, the house falling apart. Think of those situations. Hands to the camera if you've got it written down, all set. We got it all written down. Hands to the camera if you need more time. All right, Bill, write faster. We're watching you. That didn't help, did it? With this exercise, you're focusing on the client you're serving. If you're a hairdresser, you're focusing on the person who has hair, right? I'm not the target market for the barber shop. If you're a tax accountant, you're focusing on somebody who has a business. And I hear you, Dave, right? My shiny brethren, we get it. You're focusing on somebody who has a business and is very busy. We love, like as Julie Bradley, right? Our tax accountant. We love people who are very busy. Our bookkeeper, yeah, the right words there. So we love people who are very busy because busy people don't do their paperwork, right? Busy people, salespeople don't do their paperwork. Busy entrepreneurs aren't doing their paperwork, and they want somebody to track it for them. By the way, if you haven't talked to Julie Bradley about bookkeeping, you're missing out. You're probably losing money because you're doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. And you may be missing the numbers. Julie has opened my eyes to some of the numbers that we make here in the training company and the real estate investment company. And it's made it very clear for me to say, okay, like if I want more net worth, I need more real estate. If I want more cash flow, I need to go build more millionaires. Hands to the camera if it's cool that by making money, I'm serving the world. That gets me excited, right? Knowing that my mission actually makes money. My purpose here to deliver and add value actually can increase my income as well, which, if you heard my story earlier, I was talking to all the people in our Alchemist community in the mentorship program. Well, I get to go and celebrate with my friends. I get to go buy that bottle of Blue Label when I do a big sale or I bring in enough income and buy those expensive cigars for them and share with my friends the bounties of my labor, teaching and training, knowing that this message, this mission is solving problems for more people. Hence the care if this community has helped you in some way. Excellent. Excellent. So there's an aspect to this. It's a little mystery. Somewhere in between what you love and what you do, there's a way to love it more and there's a way to do more. There's a way to increase your income in any business. But if your business can't increase income, get out of that business, get into the right business. It may not happen overnight, and that's okay. But once you get in, commit, stay in it for 5, 10 years. Like I said, I was willing to commit 7, 10, 15 years, part of my why. Be willing to commit 5, 10, 15 years to this one business, this one stream of income, and don't get distracted. The number one reason people lose money in marketing. You ready for this? The number one reason people lose money in marketing is FOMO. FOMO. If you're a business owner, if you are a business owner, the number one reason that you will lose money is because of FOMO. If you're a real estate investor, the number one reason you lose money is because of FOMO. If you're a stock trader, the number one reason you will lose money is because of FOMO. If you're a cryptocurrency investor, the number one reason you will lose money is because of FOMO. FOMO is the fear of missing out, the fear of missing out on a better opportunity. When you're a crypto trader and you're looking at stocks, you're losing money. When you're a real estate investor and you're looking at crypto or stocks, you're losing money. When you're a business owner and you're looking at real estate or crypto or stocks, you're losing money. See, there's 4, I'll call it 4, even though I think that stocks and crypto run really damn close. It's just currencies, but I'll call it 4. There's only 4 ways to build wealth in this world. Paper assets or digital assets now, real estate, and business. And I put paper assets and digital assets side by side. I think stocks and crypto run very similar. And if you're in a business, your best investment is marketing. If you're in real estate, your best investment is in marketing. If you're in crypto or stocks, your best investment is more of the stock or crypto you already own that you understand, like, and trust. So those two, like the crypto and stock assets, you don't have to market, right? If you're afraid of marketing, great, go into crypto and stocks. But you can only invest in those with money you have. You see, with a business and with real estate, you can invest with other people's money. Hands to the camera if you see that, if you see the difference there. You invest in marketing. By the way, you can invest in marketing with other people's money. Did you know that? Hands to the camera if you want to learn how to do that process. Hands to the camera if you know you want to double down on marketing, but you don't have the funds to do it. You don't have the funds sitting there to just rock and roll. Excellent. One, the easy way is credit cards. I genuinely believe if you own a business or you're a real estate investor, you can absolutely leverage credit cards for marketing. I do it all the time. I don't spend cash on marketing. I invest credit cards and then I pay them back with the results from the marketing campaign. I got 30 days anyway, right? If my marketing campaign's not bringing money back in 30 days, I messed up. Now I know I got to go earn it so I can start a new marketing campaign and tighten it up and do a little better. Does that make sense? Not burning cash. I'm putting credit out there. Run the credit. Let that go and create more money. Bring that money back, reinvest. Reinvest again on the card, get those points. There's another way to do it. Hands to the camera if you'd like to know the free way to invest in your marketing. Excellent. The free way. We got Clint's wearing the shirt. If you're wearing the Names on Deed shirt, throw it up. Awesome. Awesome. 100 millionaires. Excellent. I see you. I see you. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Wearing the brand, rocking the brand. Here's a free way. Everybody who's wearing my shirts right now, thank you very much for paying to be a part of my marketing campaign. I appreciate you. The
My
work you
fiance is
do.
wearing mine.
What is it, Bill?
My fiance is wearing mine because I couldn't get a size my size.
Awesome. See, your fiance is working for us. Names on Deeds or 100 millionaires, or the point is not to work, it's to generate income. That is marketing. People will ask you why you're wearing it, what it's about, and how do they get involved. When I walk around wearing this shirt, I get questions. Last night we were out at the sushi restaurant and I got questions. The guy was like, hey, what did you guys do for business? And I was like, real estate. He's like, the only thing I know about real estate is wholesaling. Have you ever heard of it before? Have I ever heard of it? Bro, I teach it. He's like, no way. I was like, yeah, man, let's get on the gram. Let me get you on the gram because I got all this content that goes out. Remember the conversation I had earlier? All that content that goes out? That's right. I'm teaching for free. I'm putting it out there. Doesn't cost me anything. But when one of you goes and shares one of those posts and impacts somebody else's life, that's free marketing. By delivering something so valuable that somebody is inspired to share, because it says something about them. It says something about the community they're a part of and what they're doing. It compels someone to share. Now that shared content is out there marketing. It's out there delivering value to other people. Now, of course, I should have asked this earlier. Make sure and write this down. My business must be moral, ethical, legal, and add value. If your business does not add value to other people, you don't belong marketing it. Does that make sense? We agree, we make that commitment. My business has to add value in order for me to market it. Has to be a business that adds value to people's lives. Yes. So then by creating marketing that's very free, engaging, and valuable, people will share it. People will comment on it. People will post it. Engaging marketing is the best kind of marketing because it will attract more people in. That's one way to get free marketing. Hands to the camera if that makes sense. It's very easy to create and do as long as it's compelling for the person wearing it. When I say wearing it, I'm talking about the posts and the t-shirts, right? Or the wristbands. If you're wearing one of the wristbands, it says I'm an alchemist. It's compelling to wear, and so they're marketing for you everywhere they go. There's a book called Contagious, and Contagious talks about building a marketing strategy and a campaign that takes on and grows by itself, grows automatically for you. Now, it is work. Darina, me, Mike Gabriel, Crystal, Ron Bowling, we've all sat around the table and thought and talked and worked on how do we make this more engaging? How do we get the brand to be something people want to wear? How do we get it to the point where people are like, man, like, this is what I do. I put my name on Deeds, right? Like what are those words? What are those sentences? And this actually came from you. This came from the community. I said the sentence, the secret to being successful in real estate is get your name on Deeds. And Ryan McDermott said, man, like, that's so cool. You don't talk about that enough. You should say that more. And then so the next week I said names on Deeds. And it started becoming a message in the chat. People just started saying it. Dave Cordero was like, names on Deeds. Kevin Pereira, names on Deeds, right? We know these guys, right? They light up. And when I saw the community take hold of it, I said, that's a shirt right there. That's something we've got to get made. Hands to the camera if that makes sense. Polling your audience, polling the people that you work with, finding out what really inspires them and hooks. create what they're looking for, give them a place to be safe. Give your community, your 100 people in your business, 100 people. You don't need more than that. You may have to market to a lot more to find them. You may have to have this big, broad marketing strategy like Mike Gabriel's doing with our ads, like Crystal's doing across all the different social media platforms. But you don't need all 1,000 or 10,000 of them, just 100. Once you have identified your 100, this is what I learned at Train the Trainer when I learned to be a public speaker and I learned how to train people and inspire and move people forward so they could learn more faster. By the way, who likes that I use accelerated learning? I use NLP to help you gain this knowledge faster. Thank God I spent the 10 grand on that course. Thank God I took the time to go and do that. What they told me was that you find your tribe, you find your community, and then find what they're looking for, find what they need, and then deliver it to them. And then once you've delivered it, find out what the next need is. Understand, every level has another devil. Every level in your business, as you grow and expand. When I was a real estate agent, I was going out, seeking out my need. What my clients were real estate investors. And I would go and I'd find out what before I was a trainer, before I was a coach, I'd go out and I'd find out what the real estate investors were looking for. And then I would bring that to them. I'd make a commission. And then I would go and ask them, what are you looking for now? Guess what? It wasn't the same type of house. Now they bought a 3-family. Now they wanted a 6. They bought a 6. Now they wanted a 12. So I had to adjust based on my business, based on my people, based on my community. And I built the business based on the South Coast Real Estate Investors Group, just a group that me and Ron put together on accident. We said, hey, I just want to talk to more investors, find out more people like us. We created the group, and then the group became our clients. They became the people that we worked with because we liked them and they liked us, because we added value to them, we delivered, and so they liked us. It was marketing. We weren't spending any money to do this. We were spending our time. We were investing energy. It did push me to become a better speaker. It pushed me to become a better investor. I had to learn more. Hands to the camera if you're willing to learn more about your trade, learn more about what you deliver and sell so you can become more valuable to your clients. Absolutely. It's worth it. When a client, not a client, but when one of our investors, one of our friends says, hey, I want to buy 50 units. You know what that does for me? I got to go learn how to teach how to buy 50 units. You know, if I've never taught that before, I got to go learn it. I've got to go figure it out. I personally have never closed on 50 units in one transaction before. I did close last year in 12 months, 50 units, 52 units. So I have done it in a year, but I never did it in one transaction. So now I've got to go learn a new process. Hands to the camera if you're willing to grow. If you're willing to make more money doing what you do, and then teach other people to do it and get paid for that as well. Absolutely. Very, very intelligent group here. You should always be the buyer of what you're selling. Always be the buyer of what you're selling. It will make marketing so much easier. There is nothing more powerful than FOMO. Remember, I talked about it earlier. It's the death to business owners, the death to entrepreneurs and investors and investors. But it's also the strength if you turn it around and create FOMO for others. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been to our Monday night master boot camp, the wholesaling boot camp? Hands to the camp, you've been to the Monday nights and you see people calling and you see people locking down deals and you talk about some of the deals we're locking down. Doesn't that make you want to go buy some real estate? Absolutely. It's crazy. FOMO. When you're in the Alchemist mentorship program and you're seeing all of our successful alchemists, they've paid the $1,200, they got into the program, they're being successful, and you see them closing deals. When you're in the program, you see them closing deals, you see them locking things down. Doesn't that make you want to lock some deals down? Absolutely does. It absolutely does. When you hear me tell stories about the 24 units I picked up 2 years ago, where I put no money down, I bought it for $840,000. I borrowed money from my friends, people I like and trust, which, by the way, I didn't know 2 years ago. I didn't know them 3 years ago. I built those relationships and then knew them and then leveraged their assets and helped them make money. When I tell those stories and I tell you the building the building value the day I closed was valued at 2.4 million, and I earned 1.5 million in one swing, one transaction with no money. Does that get you excited about real estate? So by being a buyer of the product, it makes it a lot easier to sell the product. That's marketing. Be a buyer, but record everything you do. Be a buyer and post that you're buying. Post that you're using the product. Post that you're leveraging what you're buying so that others are inspired to buy as well. FOMO. It's also called social proof. When you see other people doing something, you decide you want to do it. We use it in NLP all the time. You see all the shirts in the room right now? Hands to the camera if you're wearing a shirt from the brand, from Walter Morello or Alchemist Nation. Absolutely. Excellent. Hands to the camera if you're seeing those shirts, you're like, shit, how do I get one? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's something called social proof. And by the way, thank you, each one of you who is wearing the brand. You help expand the mission. Even in a passive format of wearing it on camera, this is the most leveraged place you are every single week. When you're here and the camera's on and everybody sees this, all on Facebook, all on our channels that we post it, this is some of the most leveraged marketing we have each week. They see Kim? Kim's got it. Thank you for your commitment to always making sure the shirt's clean, to always making sure you got it on at the right time. It means so much to us in expanding of the brand. And for everybody who wants a shirt, you can go to gualteramarillo.com and you can buy the shirts and become an alchemist, somebody who understands the point is not to work, it's to generate income. The point is to put your name on deeds and to become one of the 100 millionaires. When you walk around, you wear something that makes you feel inspired. By the way, all the shirts, the cups, like these things I built for me. Very personal, because I wanted a reminder of what I'm doing every day. This sits on my desk every day. I take water from it every day. I look at it. I'm like, yeah, 100 millionaires. That's what's up. That's what I'm doing. That's right. Does this move me towards my mission? Marketing. How to double down on it? Focus on your 100. Identify your 100, what they look like, what they would look like, who they are, what they want. And then build a why, build a message around it. And then commit to every day creating a very, very, very small, easy, insignificant piece of content that you could duplicate across multiple platforms. Even if you start with 5, right? One little video that's 60 seconds long that could go across all the stories. There's 7 stories, and you can make it a post as well. So there you go. There's an extra, we'll say 7 plus 5, right? That's 12 pieces of content you could create from one 60-minute video. Hands to the camera if you think you could do that. If it wouldn't take you that long. Here's how I know it won't. You ready for my secret sauce? This is how I do it. This is how I put out a video every day. I sit down with Dorina and I record 32 videos in 1 hour. I just bullet point the topic and I bang, one after the other. Hook, story, offer. Learned it from Mike Gabriel, straight out of Russell Brunson's ClickFunnels. Hook, story, offer. Would you like to see an example? Give me a topic. What's a topic you'd like to learn about? What's something that intrigues you? Just drop it in the chat. Whoever puts the first one in there, I'll run it real quick. Seller financing. Boom. Eliu, you win. So seller financing. Oh, Dave, you're close, man. Flipping a house. I love it. All right, so here's how this video goes. You ready? Paying attention? Stop scrolling. If you're sick and tired of coming up with your own funds, you need to learn seller financing. It's a lot easier than you think. The process is as simple as going and simply asking, hey, would you be interested in earning some income on top of the sale? Income on top of the sale. That's right. And so you can have the conversation of, would it be nice to have 5 or 6, what are you going to do with the money afterwards? 5 or 6% interest is better than what the bank is going to give you. They're going to give you 0.00 whatever. So if you want to learn more, here's the hook. If you want to learn more, here's the offer. Go to gualteramarillo.com and download my free wholesaling guide. Or if we're doing seller financing, download my free wholesaling bootcamp. Get access to the bootcamp. We're going to talk more about seller financing, how to flip houses, how to find deals off market. If this is something you're interested in, I'd love to help you out. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best. And you keep it tight. You keep it right. If it takes you a couple of seconds, yeah, I'll take the round of applause. All right. Thank you. That's something that you can just boom. The hook doesn't change too much, right? That Either you pull out flash cash, or you talk about, Terry Wager. Here are my weekly action steps, right? This little hook to pull people in. I learned this from Mike Gabriel. He's absolutely great at what he does. Hook, story, offer. Hook, story, offer. And you do those 60-second videos. And then from the point where you get the 60-second video, you can now go and put that on your stories all across the platforms. And if you do it like I do it, you do it in an hour, batched it up. Man, like when I'm doing those, I get hyped. Darina is my co-star. She's there with me every night that I do it. And she's there pumping me up. She's like, let's go. We're priming like Tony Robbins, priming. I'm jumping on the trampoline, like getting myself amped up before I do the videos. And then it takes me, by the way. So I'm human just like you. I feel anxiety before I record videos, just like you. Like I have the same problems. It takes me about 15 minutes to get myself amped up. I sit there, I play a little bit of music. I get some music that amps me up. I get a little psyched. I jump around. I get primed. I think I'm like, I got this. I got this. They need the content. I have a snap. You notice I do the snap? That's a trigger that I've anchored to an exciting time in my life. By the way, I've got a few songs. I won't share what those songs are, but okay, LMFAO, Sexy and I Know It. So I got a few songs out there that when I play them, I just get all amped up and like I'll snap all at that peak state. I'll snap. And so I anchor it. And so right before I record videos, I'll go and I'll drink some water so that my voice is smooth. I'll drink some water. I'll drink some tea, get that little caffeine going, just a little juice there. And then I'll jump around. I'll prime myself. And then I just jump right in. And by the way, the first video always sucks. So what? Like I'm still using it. Does that make sense? First video always sucks. It's throwaway. I'm still using it. And then bang out the next video. Bang out the secret to doing this one after the other is you have to have your bullet points of topics. And the bullet points of topics is simpler than you think. It takes about 5 minutes to Google on Facebook, or not Facebook, on Google, and type in top 15 questions my client asks. What insert client, right? If they home buyers, are they motivated sellers? Are they wholesalers? Are they coaches or hairstylists? Whatever your client is, right? Entrepreneurs. Are they, people who eat vegan sandwiches? Whatever they may be. Top 10 questions vegans ask. And so now you know the topics. There you go. Run your videos. Does that make sense? I don't think up the questions. Even now, I was like, hey guys, what's the question you would like to ask? Right? It would take you forever to think about what your client wants, but it takes a second to Google what they want. Just find out real quick. Cancel the camera if you think you could do this. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a lot easier than you think. I'm understanding. I understand it's a lot harder than you think too. There's some emotional shit that comes up. Like, I don't know why I'm just staring at this little lens on my camera. Like, I don't know if I can do it. Like, that's just weird staring at this thing. It's just awkward. My secret, I have Darina stand next to it every single time. I have not figured out or mastered how to do this without it. My personal personality. I've always had Ron Bowling. Like Ron, all those training videos that you see in Alchemist University, is it okay if I share this? It's cool. I had Ron sit there with me, bored out of his mind, watching me do videos. He'd push stop, he'd push play, he'd push stop, he'd hit record. Like that's what we would do for 3-4 hours at a time to make those videos happen. And here's how I came to the solution that I require an audience. For me to flow energy, I require energy to receive it. For whatever reason, it's just how I'm wired. And at first I thought it was a problem. And then because I wasn't recording videos, I wasn't doing what needed to be done. And then I hired somebody to come in and record the videos for me. And it was crazy. He would say, it was Jason Springer in Fall River. He would say, okay, can we do a video about this? And I'm like, bam, fire off the video. Crazy, right? And what about this? Can you talk about that topic? Yes, I can. Boom. And I fire the video off. Natural. It was so easy for me because there was somebody there just asking for something. Just what's the next thing I need to say? They tell me, I'd be like, okay, perfect. I'm in it. Right? That little bit of guidance was so valuable to me to create content. And so from that point, I recognized it's easy when there's somebody there to guide me. And when I got to figure it all out by myself, I'm struggling. So why would I ever do that by myself? If I know that I need somebody else there, I'll just create more situations where somebody else will be there for me, to support me, to encourage me, to offer up that little bit of, because by the way, if you've ever done videos before, the second something comes into your mind where you're like, oh, I don't know what the next topic is, boom, video time is done. Camera's down, unplug the battery. There's no point in running it anymore. But you won't unplug it. You leave it there as if you're going to go do something about it for like an hour, and then your phone dies or your battery dies. Hands to the camera if you've ever experienced this. Got that fright around doing videos. So I'm not the only one. I might be crazy, but I'm not the only crazy. Does that make sense? We're all in this together. I'm telling you, if you want to explode your business, double down on your marketing. Double down on your video skills. Double down on taking that time to just chop up those videos and paste them all over the place. Take the second it takes to go post in Twitter and then share that message out. And here's the free tip. If you're in the affiliate program, you're looking to sell some of my coaching programs, or you're looking to attract a tribe to yourself, wholesalers to yourself, who are going to go find deals for you, go and do what I just taught in 60 seconds or less. Do a video every time I do a training, the 52 weeks to wealth, right after that, Saturday, right after, go and create a 60-second video, go Facebook Live, save the Facebook Live on your phone so you can then put it into other platforms. So as soon as you record a Facebook Live, it's not just about the Facebook Live. Save it and then share it on the other platforms. That'll get you 12 posts plus the Facebook Live. Hands to the camera if you know that's a great system. It's a great strategy. I wish I knew it earlier, but fortunately I figured it out about 2 years ago. So I've been using it for a while now, and it does work. And make sure your video is under a minute. Make sure it's under a minute. This way it can get on Snapchat, it can get on Instagram Reels and Facebook stories. That's right. And so it's a simple process, a simple tool. And then if you're a part of the affiliate program, make sure you drop your affiliate link, right? Make the offer. Hey, if you want to learn more about wholesaling, multifamily investing, drop the link. Here's the wholesaling guide, $10. Get access. Practice on my products, right? That's what they're there for. Practice on what I'm doing. Like, the reason I teach wholesaling, does anybody want to know why? I'm doubling down on my marketing. Right? I'm doubling down on my marketing. By teaching people how to wholesale, I'm inspiring more people to find property. They're marketing, they're finding property, and that creates more liquidity in the market for me. It creates more available property for me. Does that make sense? Do what I'm doing in your market. Do what I'm doing in your market. Do it in my market. I don't care, right? Do it in my market. And if you can't do the deal, send it to me. If you want to partner on the deal, send it to me. Does that make sense? I live in a world of abundance. I've built my wealth, and I guarantee you, by helping you, I'll build my wealth even further. Does that make sense? When you get out of the scarcity mindset, when you get out of the competitive mindset, you can create something very powerful, and nothing can stop a mind that creates. Nothing can stop an advancing person, somebody who's looking to grow other people and move them forward. Nothing can stop you from making wealth. As long as you go out there and say, look, I'm just going to deliver, I'm going to add value, and I'm going to create the best damn marketing program there is. I'm going to market so hard that people's lives will be changed. I'm going to push my marketing so hard that I will improve people's lives. I'll create such a great training. I'll create such a great product. In this 60-second video, each week I put this out, people will be looking for it, saying, how do I get more of that? How do I spend more time with you, this positive person who's teaching me, who's educating me, who's guiding me, who's providing me with something for free? Because there's another law that kicks in when you provide value to people. It's the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity says that when you give something, somebody automatically feels inspired to give back. When you give a smile, have you ever given a smile to somebody? Hands to the camera. And even if they're mad at you, right? Think your spouse, but you smile at them with that genuine, loving smile. That shit cracks, doesn't it? It's like, well, damn, like I'm mad at you, but I can't stop this. It's the truth. The law of reciprocity is everywhere. Give in the form of information, give in the form of caring, give in the form of education or empowerment, entertainment, and they will give back in the form of dollars. Because that's how people communicate. They don't know how to communicate what you're communicating, but they'll pay you. Does that make sense? Always deliver more than you receive in cash value. Always deliver more to the marketplace than you receive in cash value. And you can do that through marketing in a powerful way with a powerful message, reaching out to the right people and caring enough to do it. The reason you don't do videos is because you don't care enough about the people out there. And I'm not saying you're not a caring person. I'm just saying you're not thinking about them. I'm just saying you haven't thought about the community that could be built around you, the community that could be built around a principle or a concept or a lifestyle or a mission. Because if you were thinking about them, knowing that they're sitting there struggling with a problem, you couldn't morally or ethically sit there and not do a video. Does that make sense? Ask me how I know. I wake up with it every day. Every day I think about my friends, my investors, the community that we're building here. I think about what do they need to know? What do they need to hear today? What is that thing that I could say or do or create that would help move them forward? Because I know if I don't do it, it won't exist because there's nobody else doing it. Nobody else will create your content. Nobody else will go and reach out to your people. And if you don't do it, they could be suffering for it. Hands to the camera if I've said or done or taught something that's improved your life. It's because I'm aware of it. If I didn't know that you existed, if I didn't think about you every day, I wouldn't be out there doing the videos. Guaranteed it. I tell you. You're the first thought I have when I go to do a video. You're the first thought when I wake up in the morning. Okay, I got to go serve. You know, this community is growing. This community is pushing. This community is working hard. You're the reason that I say, look, if you're running into a problem, let me know. I need to know about it. I can't help if I don't know. Reach out to one of the coaches. It's the reason I brought on coaches. I couldn't serve everybody. And so I said, now I need coaches who are specialists in their areas. So when somebody has a problem that I can't get to, I can send them to a person who's better at it than me. Does that make sense? Double down on your marketing because it's your moral, ethical duty. Double down on your marketing because you have something worth selling. You have a solution for people. You have a opportunity to create value for them. But people have to like and trust you. But first, they have to know you. If they don't know you, like Grant Cardone says, they can't flow you, right? And it's all about cash flow. If they don't know you, they can't flow you. If they don't know you, how are they supposed to like and trust you? Marketing is so important. This is the time. When COVID hit, I didn't double my marketing. I 5 times my marketing. I increased on a level that I've never done before. When all my friends were hanging out, you know, they're at home working at their home office jobs, just doing their job and like hanging out with their kids and their spouse and like not doing much. I told Doreen, I says, look, we're going to go harder than you've ever seen me go before. I told Ron, I was like, look, bro, like we got to step up on a way we've never stepped up before because there's more people suffering right now. There's more people who are scared right now. There's more people who are out there wondering, what do I do? How do I increase income? The only regret I have in life is I didn't go bigger faster. That's my only regret. That's the only when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, man, I should have been doing more. I should have been doing more videos. I should have been doing more trainings. I should have done this years ago. Does that make sense? If you're not doing it, if you're not doing the videos, it's because somewhere in here you don't see your value. Somewhere in here, you're being selfish. You're thinking about you and what people might think about you instead of thinking about what you could do for them. To do videos, you got to forget about yourself. You just got to think about the people you want to serve. They're out there confused. They're out there scared. They're out there unsure, uncertain. I know. I talk to them every day. Whether it's a motivated seller, whether it's somebody afraid to make an investment, whether it's somebody who's afraid to lose money, it doesn't matter. I talk to them every day. They're scared. I know they exist. And if you don't know they exist, you're not doing enough, right? You got to get out there. You got to reach out to them. Find your target market, have a conversation with them, experience their pain, and then go and create some marketing material, create some videos, post it. Send out the letter, send out the email, send out the text, make the phone calls, do the videos, send the messages. Mike Shine. Oh, Mike,
This would probably be a great time for the book of the week.
I was going to ask, what's the book of the week?
The book of the week is Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. And I'm so impressed by what Walter has done in the last year. And but when you watch Gary's, I listened to the Audible. It's amazing the roadmap that he gives you. And just like Walter, he's so inspiring to listen to. And he gives you concrete ways to do what Walter is telling you to go do right now. It was written in 2010, so there are some websites that don't exist anymore that you've never heard of that he thought were going to take off. But, you know, the ones we all know, the YouTube, the Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all that stuff, they're there too. But Twitter had just come out. But it's inspiring. You could see how Gary did it with his dad's wine business. You could see where he came from. But I think for someone like me who doesn't do all this posting, it was really educational to see that there is a roadmap to do the kind of stuff that Walter's doing. So I highly recommend Crush It. And then if you want to go on for extra credit, you can move on to Crushing It, where he uses example of his students who then went on to crush it. But it's just exactly what Walter's talking about and what Walter's doing. And yeah, I'm so impressed by what Walter does after hearing Gary talk about it, because he's following the roadmap. And every time Gary would say, do this, I'm like, fuck, Walter already does that or whatever. So it's awesome. So I recommend it. And don't worry about the fact that it was written in 2010. Thank you.
Let's give Mike Shine, the closer, the holistic attorney, a round of applause. Mike is the keeper of the books. We have 52 books in this process. Every principal has a book that can teach the principal on a deeper level. Sometimes the books are 2 hours, sometimes they're 6 hours. We even have one secret book in there. It's like 18 hours. I apologize. You can take time to read that one. That's Principles by Ray Dalio. There is a system to learn. And that system we've built in the mentorship. Is it okay if I sell a great product right now? In about 30 seconds. So the mentorship, it's very, very expensive for people who don't want to change their lives. And it's very, very affordable for people who want to become millionaires. Hands to the camp if you know you want to become a millionaire. That's right. $1,200. I know. $1,200, actually $1,199, $97. And it's 8 weeks, 8 weeks of habits, 8 weeks of what I've found has built millionaires. I've built multiple millionaires, and what I've found works for them is they need a book a week. There's 5 books, foundational 5 books that are the books that build millionaires. Every millionaire I've ever spoken to has read at least 3 of them, at least 3 of them. And the other 2 are books that I found were personally moving, and they were the multimillionaires who offered me those books. And so the people who have become most successful read books. We require a book a week. I give you the books to read. I start small into easy stuff, and then we progress as we go. The mentorship is designed to build habits. It will take 3 to 5 years to become a millionaire if you have less than $100,000 in the bank. Hands to the camera if it's okay if it takes 3 to 5 years to get there. We are setting you up with the habits to do it. With the habits, you're set to get to your goal in 3 to 5 years. It's the habits that are necessary to get you there. There is no magic sauce other than changing slight little tweaks to who you are so that every day you do something that adds value and moves you forward to your goal. You see, you're capable, just like anybody else, to become successful. And the mentorship is designed and built to teach the habits that will give you that success. We also track your net worth. We make you do it weekly. Most financial advisors, we have Ryan McDermott on the call. Is he still here? Or is he at soccer? There he is.
I'm here for a bit. Yeah.
Ryan, the value of the net worth tracker, if you could.
The net worth tracker is, if you want to increase your net worth, you have to pay attention to it. And most financial planners, advisors, might look at that once a year, as kind of a measuring stick, for the average person. But if you're trying to take massive action, and if you're on this call You have raised your hand that you are not the normal average person. You're more than that. You need to be looking at this stuff every week and pay attention to the dollars that come into your life and out of your life. And the network tracker is designed to do that. So
Let's give Ryan McDermott a round of applause. He's a millionaire. He's a coach in our program, which you will get access to. And he is also a financial advisor with a Series 7. So he cannot give financial advice, but he's very, very smart when it comes to finances. Hands to Cam if you recognize that. He's a valuable asset to our team. So you get access to our 8 coaches. You get Dr. Terry Wager, who runs Generator Coaching, and his spouse, Christine McGinley, who's a partner in that program. They help double your income. Hands to Cam if you'd like to double your income this year. This year. No bullshit. This year. They help double your income. We have Doug McGurk, who's the king of Freedom Hack Now. He's teaching you how to unhack your mind so that you can be more successful, as well as NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and how to speak in front of other people. By the way, I'm speaking in front of other people right now, thanks to the skills that Doug teaches. Hands to the Cam, if you know, speaking is how you make money. Yes, it's very valuable to learn the process. And so Doug teaches that process. We have Michael Shine, who you heard talk about the books. He's the king of partnership. All of his businesses, he doesn't own by himself. Every investment he does with a partner, whether it's his law practice, rental properties. He has multiple partners on his rental properties, and his wife, who he has 5 children with, and rental properties with as well. He's the king of partnerships. You get access to Mike Shine. He's also an attorney who has a holistic approach to doing the business. He's also vegan. So Mike's got a lot of benefits that help us all stay a little healthier in the group. You've got Mitch Durfee, who is the master of systems. He does Amazon stores. He does wholesaling through a massive network of just systems and programs. And he built and created a franchise called Grunts Moving up in Vermont, then sold some of the franchise, still kept one, and he still makes money from the royalties from the other 2 franchises that he sold. So Mitch is great with systems and working on business structures that increase income passively. Mitch Durfee, he's the author of the book, Scaredy Cat Guide to Real Estate Investing and Scaredy Cat Guide to Knowing What the Heck Bitcoin Is. And so Mitch now, he created the Scaredy Cat calculator, so you know how to calculate real estate deals. But we've been pushing him into crypto. He's been doing crypto for the last 6 years. He's on his path to become a crypto millionaire. And so we said, you know what, Mitch, maybe you should teach some crypto to us. Hands to Cam, if you know, it's valuable that we have this team around us. We have professionals in stocks, real estate, crypto, sales, and business. Who finds this team to be extremely valuable? Yes. So you get access to our coaches. You get a one-on-one with each one of the coaches, and they're no longer one-on-ones because we have too much volume. Now they're one-on group, but the coaches deliver the same level of value. We also have the net worth tracker. Oh, the 8 videos. There's 8 video modules that we provide along with Alchemist University. Hands to the Cam if you've ever been on Alchemist University. Man, it's chock full of stuff. So much training. If you want to raise capital, we got the documents in there, the promissory notes. If you want to do wholesaling, we got the documents, we've got the guides, we've got all of the information. If you want to do more on social media, I built a training course called Get the Attention. If you want to learn how to get real estate deals, I built a training course called Get the Deal. If you want to learn how to raise capital, I built a training course called Get the Money. There are trainings out there. If you want to work with investors, I built a training course called Working with Investors. Hands to the Cam if you know there's a lot of value just in Alchemist University alone. We used to sell Alchemist University for $1,100 just by itself. Now we're throwing everything into the mentorship to move you forward faster. Hands to the camera if you think that with this program, you could become a millionaire within the next 3 to 5 years. But that's not all. You get access to this community. You get access to our graduates. You get access to our current Alchemist members, people who are doing it with you, growing, hustling, moving, pushing. Hands to the camera if you're a real estate Alchemist graduate. Awesome. Let's give our graduates a round of applause. Last night, we had our family reunion. Last night, we got all of our Alchemists together. We talked, we spoke, we talked about the recap of the year and where we're looking to go. And I couldn't be more impressed with what everybody has created over the last year that we've been doing this. This community has grown and improved their net worth they've improved their income, and they've improved the factor that most people talk about but never actually track. They've improved their happiness. Each one of them is happier making the money they're making, happier with the higher net worth they're having. Hands to the camera if you know this is the right community for you. Excellent. Excellent. And we have another shiny brethren, Patrick Sullivan, who teaches how to raise capital. Patrick, what was the biggest deal you ever put together?
At all?
One deal, just one deal.
Um,
Didn't have to close, but you put it together, lined it
they
up.
didn't have to close. It's an $18.5 million purchase of a $9 million rehab.
And how much money were you putting into that?
I think I had like $12 into it. That was just
That's
for
good
parking
enough
to
to
go
call
talk to the
zero.
lawyers.
So Patrick is teaching how to build. Well, we don't know 100% sure what he wants to teach, but if you want to learn how to raise capital, that would be the guy to do it from. Hands to the camera if that makes sense. Absolutely. Buying deals with no money down. The mentorship is available now. We're starting again Monday, and you can go to gualtermerlo.com/GA if you just want to throw me some money, or if you want to talk to one of our affiliates, somebody who's actually done the mentorship, been through the program, and has the ability to talk about exactly what happened for them, exactly what happened in there. Affiliate members, you can drop your Calendly link. Do not just drop your link. I want them to have a conversation with you. Hands to the camera if you know it's more valuable to have a conversation with somebody. Absolutely. Ask them, what did you get out of it? Ask them, what does it look like? Ask them, could this fit in my schedule? Right? We meet every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Only requirement. The book a week, you're allowed to listen on Audible. The only requirement is that you do it. The idea is learn the principles, run with us. It takes 30 days to build a habit. 30 days to build a habit. We're putting into your head about 5 to 6 habits. We're taking 60 days to do it. And we're giving a community to strengthen the habit because social proof is so powerful. Having the people around you doing it makes you want to do it as well. You'll see. When I say each week, I'm like, hey, what book did you read? And the whole chat blows up with the books that were read. Hands to the camera if you know that's fun. It makes you want to read another book. It's like, shit, I'm going to read next week. We even have people who read 2 books a week. I've even had people read 3 books a week. Not saying you have to. 1 book is more than enough for me to be satisfied. But the idea is that the community empowers you. The community makes it stronger. Hands to the camera if this was a valuable lesson. It's worth coming every week. They get better and better. As your business gets better, as you become more able to apply. It's not that I'm getting better. It's that you're getting better. You're becoming more capable. You're becoming more aware of how this world works, how this business thing works, how this investing game works. Although my speaking may be getting better, I'm not deluded. I see the truth is that you're improving. You're becoming a more aware investor, a more aware business person. That's why each week feels better. Does that make sense? That's why each week you feel more inspired. It's because you're gaining more principles and you're taking more action because there's accountability. This week, you know what you're supposed to do. Build that list, 60-second videos, find an accountability partner to do it with you. You don't have to like them. They don't have to like it. Ron has never said, I can't wait to do videos with you. In fact, most of the time he's been like, fuck, seriously, do you need me? And I'm like, bro, yes, I need you. Like, let's just go. Right? So they don't even have to like it. Just get a warm body in there supporting you and helping you. And if you fight a little bit, that's okay too. Part of the process. I assure you, part of the process. Make sure you get the video done. And if you can do it quickly, the faster you do it, the less pain there is. Fear only feeds on time. And so as soon as this video ends, if you jump on your Facebook Live and say, hey, this is what I learned about doubling your marketing, and just say, hey, you should do a video, 60-second video like I'm doing right now. And if you want to learn more about how to make money and be successful, send me a message. And just post. Push the button. Accept it. You can't go wrong. Guaranteed you can't go wrong. Here's what will happen. This is your action step for the week. Here's what will happen. 1, your family members will post you and be like, why are you doing those videos? And 2, a lot of your friends will say, man, it takes a lot of guts to do a video. I can't believe you did that. You're so awesome. You're so powerful. Great job. And I guarantee you get a lot more of that. Hands to the camera if you know that 80% of the planet has never done a Facebook Live. 80% of the planet has never had the guts to do a Facebook Live. Couldn't gut up, couldn't do it, couldn't bone up, couldn't show up to the Facebook Live. They see the button, they put it, and they're like, whoa, no, I almost did a video. Holy shit, shut that off. Right? Hands to the camera if you've been there yourself. You've been like, whoa. It's okay. It's part of the process. It's part of the process. And I promise you will become more successful from learning this one step. Yes, it's scary. Of course it's scary. That's why it makes people rich. Anytime there's a barrier to entry on a business, I get excited. When we're doing crypto and I'm teaching and people are like, man, there's a lot of steps. I'm like, I know. It's a lot of steps. You know how many people stop at this one? Wait till we go all the way. Same with real estate investing. You know when people stop at this step? They just go to the training course. They never take action. Barrier to entry. That's why we make so much money, right? Barriers to entry everywhere. Get excited with a barrier to entry. When you know that there's a barrier to entry around a video, anytime you see something in your marketing, you're like, oh, damn, this is scary. I get excited. I'm like, oh shit. Like I know everybody else is stopping right here. And if I do this and I get scared at the next point, people are stopping there too. Perfect. The more fear you experience, get excited because other people are experiencing that same exact fear and they're stopping. Be different. Be successful. Successful people do what other people are afraid to do when they know it's the right thing to do. I don't have to convince you that video is the way to go. Hands to the camera if you know video is where the money's at. Yes, I don't have to convince you. Like you go on any web page, they say Facebook likes video, YouTube likes video, Instagram likes video. You look at your own interaction, watch your scroll. You're watching the videos, right? All right, so you can do it. I'm sending my energy your way. When you're doing the video, I'm there with you. I'm right there. I'm experiencing with you. I will watch the video. Tag me in the video so I can go watch it. Just make sure that I'm feeling the love. When you tag me, it goes on my page. It's more marketing for you. And social proof for me. It lets the world know that what I'm doing works. Does that make sense? Excellent. I will promote you. Just tag me. Just tag me. Do a quick video. Talk about the 52 weeks to wealth, principle you learned, what your takeaway is, deliver value. And really quickly, I'll let the coaches do that right now. Coaches, 60 seconds or less, we'll go through, deliver your opinion or your rendition of doubling marketing, your pieces of value. We'll start with Patrick Sullivan. We'll move across to the other coaches.
Man, you never start with me.
I know. I want to throw it up, mix it up.
Marketing is always a lot of like strange things and comes from different places and things you never know. And something I actually wanted to say earlier that I didn't get to squeeze in, that I'm actually having dinner tonight with somebody that was put together by Mr. McGurk in the room, who I'll say she's quite famous. She's been the host of many TV shows and done all kinds of things. She's a supermodel, and she happened to host a show on VH1 called Sober House, where she was the house manager. And her husband are two of the most famous people in addiction recovery that I can find in the country. And I'm having dinner with them both tonight. So sometimes marketing is a strange thing you never realize. Just from me hanging out here and talking to people, like I have a bunch of things going on with a lot of people that are in this room right now since I started it. And it's just letting people know what I do and how I do it and what I want to get done. And that led to one thing to another. And then Doug said, hey, we should talk to these people. And then they live in LA, and shit luck, they just happen to be in Boston today. So we're going to go have dinner tonight.
That's crazy. That's marketing. Let's give Patrick Sullivan a round of applause. And Doug McGurk, since you sent the love, you're up next.
So yeah, that's awesome. And funny enough, I met her through marketing. She was marketing, and that was how we all got together and we become really close. But when I left, just real quickly, when I left working with Tony Robbins to go to this treatment center, which is where I met her, he said, look, dude, he goes, remember this, you are not a coach. You are not a trainer. You are not a speaker. You are a marketer of your coaching, your speaking, your training. and is something really we need to stay top of mind, because some of us, myself being one, love the work sometimes more than the marketing, like actually getting the results from the work and helping people and all of that. We just have to remember that if no one knows who we are and we can't help people, we can't help move their property, we can't help close their deals, we can't help raise the money, because they don't know who we are, we're not serving. So we need to always keep top of mind, how are you marketing, how are you making people aware of you and your resources. And I'll just quickly end with the treatment center. We had $1 million a month in marketing budget. $1 million a month, and that was the most important investment that we were making. And we obviously got a return, but yeah, it is huge. So yeah, sometimes, you do have to stretch and go, I got to double down. I got to put more into marketing. So you guys rock.
Let's give Doug McGurk a round of applause. That's advice directly from the greatest coach on the planet today. Tony Robbins is not the greatest coach because he's a great coach. He's the greatest coach because he's the best known. Because he's the best known, because he markets hard. That was the advice he gave Doug, was, look, you're not a coach. You're a marketer of your coaching. Hands to the camera if you recognize that that's valuable information to have. I've said it to real estate agents. I've been training real estate agents for the last 5 years. And for the last 5 years, I've always told agents, look, you're not a real estate agent. You're a marketer. Your job is to be known. There's a lot of real estate agents. Anybody can do the job. You're a marketer. That's the only way you're going to make money. As a real estate investor, you're not a real estate investor. Look, contractors do all the work. Agents do all the work. You're a marketer for motivated sellers. You're a marketer for deals. Does that make sense? Great share, Doug. Ryan McDermott, are you still on the call? He's gone. We've lost him. He must be playing soccer with his kids. Terry Wager, you're up.
So Mark Usick told me when I first started training with him for stage hypnosis that you are not a hypnotist on this stage, you are an entertainer. That is the exact same message that we're giving you about you're not a real estate agent, you're not a plumber, you're not what else have we got in here? You're not a designer, you're not a lawyer, you're a marketer. You're a marketer marketing your skills, and what you do is what you do after they buy from you. And one of the biggest pieces that I try to teach people in the area of marketing is market to where you're at for your level of business you are. Doug was talking about $100 million in marketing a year. Is that what it was? $1 million in marketing a year will take down most businesses. It doesn't take down the drug treatment business because there's a lot of need for it, a lot of money in it. But for most businesses, $20,000 a month is going to take them down. But what Walter's talked about all morning, and what I talked about on Thursday, which I got to actually post because we didn't have access to the Facebook the same way.
I'll never let that happen again.
Yeah, right. Anyway, back to what I was saying is you got to market for your place in business. If you are a newer business, you don't spend a lot of money in marketing, but Facebook is free. Instagram is free. TikTok, all of them, they're all free. And so those 1-minute videos, by the way, a 1-minute video, a 1-minute message is also an hour talk. You just start weaving in stories and examples to beef it up to the 1-hour talk. And so your 1 minute is a talk. And so each minute that you talk, every time you get on the camera, you are marketing that you have some kind of knowledge and you can help them move forward, whether it's buying a house, selling a house, decorating a house, whatever it is. All of that is all about connecting so that then you can do the second part, which is selling. And every marketing message is the beginning of the process of selling. And so you want to be able to do this clearly and easily. The only way to do that is practice. That's why Christine and I talk about marketing message and really getting that 30-second, or for me, I like about a 10-second message when you're telling people what you do. I build businesses. I double your income. Is that something you're interested in? That's all I do. And then they're, how do you do that? Perfect. Let's talk about it. Let's get on the phone. So anybody here that wants to double their income in the next 12 months, I know there's a lot of people here that I work with already. There's a lot of people that I have not worked with yet that have talked to me, but have not jumped in. Why is that you're hesitating? Why is it that you're stopping yourself from moving forward? I tell you it's the way to go. Walter tells you it's the way to go. We want you to be the next millionaire. But if you don't say yes, we can't get you there. So when you're looking at where you're at and where you want to go, and if you're typing, oh yeah, hell yeah, I want this, I want that in the chat, and you're not signing up for the mentorship, you're not signing up for generator coaching, then you're saying one thing and doing another. We talk about alignment here. We talk about aligning your emotion set with your action set to get that mindset that makes you the millionaire. You cannot have a millionaire mindset if you're not taking millionaire action. You got to take millionaire action. And that's getting in the mentorship and moving on. Marketing is the way to do it.
Well said. Let's give Dr. Terry Wager a round of applause. I just noticed somebody very special on the call. I want to highlight her. Tabitha, I can't pronounce your actual name, and so I apologize. So Tabitha is working with us on the 52 Weeks to Wealth book, and she works with Jen Sullivan with her writing business for ghostwriting. Tabitha has a team out in Ghana of all of her virtual assistants that actually help us transcribe these books. So Mike Shine, when we talk about the woman who's transcribing our books for you, this is Tabitha right here. Tabitha, can you jump on the call real quick? You can unmute the line.
Yeah, hello, Walter.
Hi, Tabitha. It's good to see you.
Hey, good to see you too.
If you, and this is for everybody listening, if you could see the messages that Tabitha has sent to Jen, that she sent to me, the impact that just transcribing the 52 Weeks to Wealth has had on her business. She has transformed her life. She's transformed her business, her life. She told her old boss, she said, nope, I'm going to build my own business. I'm not going back to work for the cruise line. I'm doing this. I'm going to help people write their message and get it into books and get it written down. Let's give Tabitha a round of applause. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Walter. And I'll be joining the mentorship.
I already know.
Hell yeah.
Tabitha, and this is what's important for everybody on this call. Look, you're in America, you're earning US dollars. Tabitha is smart. She's in Ghana earning US dollars. The money goes further where she is. Let's give Tabitha a round of applause. Very intelligent woman. And she's helping a lot of people by building her business. She's creating a job for people. She's creating employment for people. What you do is important. What you're capable of is important. So Tabitha,
I want to do more. So I'll join the mentorship because I want to expand.
Absolutely. We'll make sure you do. We got one more coach. Actually, we got two more. Darina Pagodina, before I forget you, I want to bring out the beautiful Russian princess. Darina, what is today for you and I?
Oh, so it's very personal, very special. Today is the day Walter and I anniversary, and we've been together for 1 year, and it's been the best year of my life. And in fact, my 52 Weeks to Wealth started with Wealth Principle number 11. So I missed the whole first 10. And I was so inspired that I started actually making short snippets of those principles. So I started with number 11, and then I went on probably till the 20th, till we started doing wholesaling bootcamp. So my attention went there. But that's a very, very special day and a very special principle. And it's actually very different from last year, much better. And, my takeaway is really We watched the Undercover Billionaire yesterday. We talked a lot about marketing, and Grant Cardone talked a lot about marketing. And one thing he said, it's not about, like, internet is infinite, so it's not about the first impression, it's every impression counts. Every impression counts. That means that you have to feed internet daily. And that's my biggest takeaway. It's not, probably the lesson should be changed, not to double down on marketing or like 5x, 100x, because it actually requires a lot more from us to put ourselves out there, to be seen, to be known, to get our message across. So if you're posting once a day, do it 3 times a day. If you're going live once a week, go 3 times live a week. Just start today by going live and, sharing your ahas. And that's it will become a habit, but you get to do more, and you got to be like really feeding the internet.
Feed the machine. The internet is hungry for your content. That one video can become 55 pieces of content. And it is very, very easy to produce. You can do it. In fact, I may at some point share in the mentorship program, I may share a screenshot of my roadmap of all the different posts that I do. Would that be valuable to everybody? Okay, I will ask Serena to make sure that I share that. It's in MindMeister. It's a program I use for mind mapping, and it has all of the different channels that I send all my content out to. And I think that probably would be valuable to everybody. And Darina started this concept about a year ago, where she would go and she would listen to a wealth principle, and then she'd go and recap it in 1 to 2 minute videos and put it out on Facebook. And she got a ton of promotion from that. She got a ton of intention from other people who were inspired by her sharing that message. Sure, she said, Walter taught me this, but it seemed like it was her. It was her content. She was putting it out there. It was her rendition of what she just learned. Hands to the camera if you know it makes you sound like an authority when you're delivering, even if it's coming from somebody else. I do it all the time. Hey, I learned this from Tony Robbins. I learned this from Mike. I learned this from Ryan. I learned from Sarah. I've learned from Doug. But it's coming from me. And who are you listening to at that moment when that video is playing? It's all about you sharing that message. Mike Shine, your little piece of knowledge.
So obviously Terry and Doug are these professional coaches, and so I listen very closely when they speak. But today I looked at it from a different point of view, because I'm a total newbie when it comes to this stuff. And I loved the Mike Gabriel hook story offer. That was amazing. And I really enjoyed your spitballing and doing that. That was really, really cool to watch. As Terry said, you were definitely entertainment right there. But what I took away is after that, you said a phrase that I think I should steal and have as a book cover. You said, it's a lot easier than you think. And so for like a newbie, when we see this stuff combined with like what Gary Vee says, it's sort of, it isn't as hard as we make it. And if you're not in this thing, we're all our own brands. I forgot to say that when we were talking about the book. You are your brand. And maybe you just start off with a couple of small videos and leap into it. So that's what I got today. Thank you.
Great feedback, Mike Shine with the doozy. I like that. And since Kim Rodriguez is slowly being pushed into coaching by me, she is a millionaire. She's the mother of not 5 like Mike, but 7 children. She's been successfully married for a long time and owns a bunch of real estate. Kim, is it 7 or 6? How many kids? It is 7. Kim, what would you say is the biggest piece of advice you'd give on doubling down on your marketing?
The biggest piece of advice, lucky 7. The biggest piece of advice is listen to Walter. Everything that was said today was right on the money. And there was one thing I wrote down that I wanted to share. And this one really hit home for me, because you're pushing me and I get scared. If you're not doing the videos, you're being selfish. And that's probably the farthest thing that I feel I ever want to be, is to be selfish. And I need to go back to thinking about, and I think that, you know, we all need to go back to thinking about sharing information is what makes this community breathe and live, right? And it helps people grow. So I also realize that I'm an activator today. So go for it. Do the videos. I reached out to 2 of you. We're going to do videos today or tomorrow, at least one.
Make it today.
Yeah.
Let's give
Thank
Kim
you.
Rodriguez a round of applause. She is an inspiration. When a woman comes to me and says, you know, I can't be successful because I have kids, I just ask how many you have. You got 7? Because if you got 8, okay, maybe you got a real situation. But if you got anything less than 7, I just point to Kim Rodriguez and say, how'd you do it? Kim Rodriguez, how'd you do it? She's a top producer in her company, a multiple 6-figure income earner. And her husband have $1 million real estate business on the side. On the side. Hands to the camera if you know these are the types of people you want to hang out with. Absolutely. You can learn something from them. And we're all learning. We're all getting ourselves to the next level. Do you know what I'm going to do right after this training? I'm going to go double down on my marketing. I got to amp up. I got to go all in, right? I can't go and teach this and be inspired to share without wanting to do it myself. So the next couple of weeks, you're going to see an explosion across all my different platforms because what kind of a teacher would I be if I didn't go do it? Give yourselves a round of applause for hanging out with us this weekend. Next weekend, we're going to be teaching Wealth Principle 12. Wealth Principle 12 is alleviate a frustration experienced by a large group of people who are willing to pay enough to make it worth your effort. I know it's a long principle, but I couldn't cut it down because every word in that sentence is important. I'll say it again. Alleviate a frustration experienced by a large group of people who are willing to pay you enough to make it worth your effort. There are 3 elements to that, and I'll go into them next week. Hands to the camp if you know you're going to be here for Wealth Principle 12. Yes, it will work very, very much in line with every principle before this and the principles that are coming ahead. Cheers to your success when you have a choice.
Work with the best.
Damn it, I was muted.
We'll do it one more time for Dr. Terry
Do it
Wager.
again. Do it
When you have a
again.
choice, always
Always
work
work
with
with
the
the
best.
best.
The best.
Love you guys. Have an abundant weekend.
Love you
Cheers to
guys.
your success.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, you guys.
Happy anniversary. Enjoy your day.
Peace. Peace out. Hannah Stone.
Let's go.
Check it out.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.